Okay, today let us have one more problem based on some offset type of linkage. When the force is somewhat away from the section, then how direct and bending type of stresses can act on that machine component that we are going to see again. Let us have problem statement. Everybody know this is a hacksaw which is used in our fitting section. The frame of hacksaw is shown in figure. Initial tension P in the blade is 300 Newton. The frame is made up of plain carbon steel with a tensile strength of 400 megapascal and factor of safety is 2.5. The cross section of frame is rectangular with ratio of depth to width. You can see this in figure B. So there is a depth 3t, whereas base is or width is t. So depth to width ratio is 3. So t as to 3t. We have to find the dimensions of the cross section. So as this blade is subjected to some tension, then obviously if you observe the figure, you will find that the P is acting 200 distance or 200 mm distance from the section XX, where section XX that we have to find. So in the section XX there is a T and 3T. That means if you find T, then that is the dimensions, safe dimensions for the section XX. So that we have to find. So as that P is going to act, so what kind of failure that we can imagine. So let us see this failure. Here you'll find that because of initial tension, the frame may fail like this. When the frame is going to fail because of pull inside that blade, the frame has compression type of action at the upper surface, whereas tensile type of action at the bottom surface because of bending, whereas because of pull there is a direct compression also. So this is the failure you can observe in the figure. So because of this, what kind of stresses that we have to find that we can go further. So first, what is the given thing? The given thing is force 300 Newton, yield stress 400 megapascal, factor of safety is 2.5, depth to width ratio is 3, eccentric distance is 200 mm. So from that, first, what is the permissible stress? As here, direct, safe or permissible stress is not given, yield stress is given. When the yield stress means it is a maximum stress is given, and factor of safety is also given. That means here the permissible stress that we must find. So how much stress can be permitted? So that is 400 divided by 2.5. So it comes out 160 megapascal. So 160 megapascal, that much force is permitted. So 400 is the maximum. So out of that only 160 is permitted, as factor of safety we have considered is 2.5. Now at section XX, there is a tension at lower side, there is a maximum compression at the upper side because of the bending. Therefore, if I consider direct plus bending, then we can say that, just look at this figure so that direct and bending concept is clear. as there is a pull inside pull, so there is a direct compression on the upper fiber and on the lower fiber also. But when there is a bending also, so direct there is a compression plus bending. So in that bending, as we have seen in the last figure, so on the upper surface there is a bending compression, and at the lower surface there is a bending tension. When we say direct compression plus bending compression, we say that sigma c plus sigma bc. At the lower side there is a direct compression minus, so here we have considered negative sign for the tensile as it has negative nature, sigma c minus sigma bt. So here for this particular positive or negative, we can assume our own notation, whether the compression is positive or whether the tension is positive. So here we have considered tensile as a negative, so direct compression minus bending stress. So if you just observe here, there is a NA line. NA line means neutral axis line. The neutral axis is the line on which there is no stress. If you go in the upper side, you will find that there is a bending compression, and when we go towards the lower side of neutral axis, you will find the bending tension. The maximum amount of bending compression can be observed at the upper fiber, whereas maximum amount of bending tensile can be observed at the lower fiber from the neutral axis. So here, as upper fiber is subjected to plus plus, so direct compression plus direct compression bending. So on the upper fiber, both stresses are maximum, whereas at the lower fiber there is a direct compression minus bending tension. That means at the lower fiber the stress magnitude is lesser than the upper fiber. So at section XX we say that upper fiber is having more stresses. So let us equate that to permissible so that you can get the value of T based on the maximum stress condition. So let us go further. Now direct compression, sigma c is equal to force divided by area. So we know that sigma c is equal to P by A. Here the area of the cross section is T into 3T. So 300 divided by 3 into 3T. So it comes out 100 divided by 3T square. So this is direct compression. This direct compression is because of the pull. Whereas if I consider bending stress is M by Z. M by Z means M is moment. Moment is force into eccentric distance. And Z is the section modulus. Here the cross section is rectangular. So it is BD square by 6. So M P into E, that can be right. 300 is the force, E is the eccentric distance, B is the base. If you just observe that cross section, so in that cross section T is the base and 3T is the depth. So 3 into 3T square divided by 6. So that is the bending section modulus. So bending stress equation that we can write like this. So we have here both equations, direct compression stress equation and compression bending stress equation also. So if you equate, if you plus this, summation of these two can be equate to permissible stress. So total maximum permissible stress 160 megapascal can be equated to our direct compression plus direct bending compression, which is at the upper fiber of that XX section. So 160 is equal to 100 divided by 3T square, which is direct compression, plus 300 multiplied by 200 divided by 3 into 3T square by 6. So from this we can get the cube root equation. So that cube root equation that we can find like this. So 160 equal to 40,000 divided by T cube plus 100 divided by T square. Again simplifies this. So we can take a T cube as LCM and we can put that here. So 160 T cube plus 100 T minus 40,000 equal to 0. So if you just solve this equation through your calculator or from trial and error, we can get that the thickness T can be 6.3 mm. So let us say that 7 mm, and the depth B is equal to 3T, which is 7 into 3, so that comes out 21 mm. So that means here from this we can get the value of safe dimensions of our cross section 7 and 21 mm. So by this way, by using direct and bending, we can find any cross section of such type of condition. So this complete first problem. Let us go for one more numerical based on this. Now let us have this offset link. The offset link subjected to force of 25 kilonewton as shown in figure. It is made up of grey cast iron having Fg 300 and factor of safety is 3. Determine the dimension of cross section of the link. If you observe here, there is a offset link having some P as a force. The P is having 10 mm distance from the upper fiber of the cross section shown. In that cross section, there is a T and 2T is a cross section. So here now when there is a pull, so it is this force is tensile in nature. Because of the tensile in nature, there is a failure. And if you just see the failure, so failure look like this. So look at this failure. In this failure, you will find that as there is a pull first, okay, as there is a pull, so because of the pull there is a direct tension and there is a bending also. So if there is a pull from both the side, we'll find that there's a tension plus bending. So you can observe here, so at the upper fiber there is a direct tension plus tensile bending. At the lower side there is a direct tension minus compression bending. So here we have considered minus as for the compression. So it depends whether which one is positive and which one is negative is our notations. So here there is a direct tension plus tensile bending at the upper fiber. So that is the maximum condition, whereas direct tension minus compression bending, that means there is a minus. So magnitude of stress at the lower side is lesser. So we must consider maximum stress condition, direct tension plus tensile bending. So let us go further. So whatever given data that we'll see here, there is a force of 25 kilonewton and Fg 300 and factor of safety is 3. So let us write here. So given that there is a 25 kilonewton force, there is a Fg 300 means ultimate stress 300 megapascal is given, factor of safety is 3, and the distance E. Now eccentricity distance 10 mm distance is given, plus T is the distance from that upper fiber to the middle. So again we'll go to the previous slide. You can see here there is a 10 distance from P plus half of that, half of this section. So half of the section means 2T divided by 2. So it comes out T. So 10 plus T is the distance from neutral axis up to the force. So neutral axis up to the force is the E distance. So E distance is 10 plus T. So permissible stress or design stress or safe stress, ultimate stress divided by factor of safety is 100 megapascal. So if the permissible stress is 100 megapascal and load is 25 kilonewton and eccentric distance is 10, let us see how this particular stress is observed on the section. Now at the section, maximum tensile stress is at the upper fiber, therefore consider direct and bending stress at the upper fiber. So here is the figure again. You can find here, so there is a neutral axis, T is the base, 2T is the depth. At the upper fiber there is a direct tension plus bending tension, whereas at the lower fiber there is a direct tension minus bending compression. So here at one side there is a direct tension, whereas at the lower side there is a tension compression. So again, here I'm clear. The notation of tensile and bending, that depends upon you. You can consider tension as a positive or tension as a negative. It is your assumption. So here direct tension plus bending tensile, which is maximum at the upper side, upper fiber. So we must take into consideration that lower side, lower fiber is having direct tension minus bending compression, so its magnitude is lesser, so we must not think about that. So let us consider direct tension plus bending tension. So by considering this section, I think it is clear to you how this particular neutral axis is there. There is a 2t depth, t as a base. So we are going to consider total stresses at the upper fiber, direct tensile plus bending tensile. Now area is T into 2T square. The Z section is BD square by 6. Here B is the base, which is T. Depth is 2T. So T into 2T square divided by 6. It comes out 4T cube divided by 6. Now total stress is equal to direct tensile plus bending tensile, which is maximum, which is at the upper fiber. And we know that total stress is equal to P by A plus M by Z. Total stress equal to, now we'll put values is 25 kilonewton base 25,000 newtons divided by 2t square. M is again force multiplied by e distance is 10 plus t, so 25,000 multiplied by 10 plus t divided by z is equal to 4t square by 4t cube divided by 6. So equate it to 100, so it comes out 100 equal to 12,500 divided by t square plus 37,500 into 10 plus t divided by t cube. So if we just resolve if we just get a solution, then again we'll get one cube root equation, which comes out tt cube minus 500t minus 3750, which is equal to 0. So it's very simple mathematics. So again you try to get the solution, and from that solution, if you just solve this cube root equation through your calculator, you will find that t is equal to 25.5 mm, which is equal to 26 mm, and 2t, which is depth, which comes out 52 mm. From this again we can find the section by using direct and bending. So here whatever maximum condition is there, you must take plus plus, and from that we can get that particular cross section area. So this completes our one more numerical based on this. So again we'll see levers in the next lectures.